Hey everyone, welcome to the quick hitter version of Catch and Shoot 2.0. Coming up on this week's episode, Otto and I talk with the one and only. His name is Bob Rathbun, television play-by-play voice for the Atlanta Hawks. And we asked him a simple question. How can Trae Young continue to evolve as a leader for this club?
I think what's happening with Trae, the first 2 years, he sort of became the face of the franchise because of the amazing numbers that he put up. The depth of his shooting, the ungodly passing, all of those things gained him an attention that really caught a lot of us by surprise. Yeah. Not the fact that he didn't do it at Oklahoma and played that way, certainly in high school and coming along, but to translate that at his size so quickly to the NBA was rather amazing. To be an all-star starter, your second year in the league on a losing team is pretty amazing. I think he's captured the fancy of young people. And by young, I mean really young, like, 12, 13, 14, because he looks like them. He's slight of build. He could do amazing things. He's kind of cut from that Steph Curry cloth in a way with the depths of his shooting. So immensely popular very soon. But that said, the first 2 years, he did not play one meaningful second in the NBA, meaningful in regards to winning basketball games. There was no pressure on us to win. But at the end of last season, Lloyd Pierce, our coach, said, unprompted, at the end of a media session, toward the end, right before the shutdown, we're going to be a playoff team. We think we have what it takes to be a playoff team next season. Well, everybody's sort of like, really? Okay. I mean, this is a team that's 27 games under 500 last year. Are we really ready to make that leap? Because we hadn't, we traded for Capella, but he didn't play for us. Yeah. Didn't know what we had. And we still had a pot full of money, but it was unspent at that time. So transition now ahead. How does Trae become the leader? Does he alter the way that he plays the game? How does he make his teammates better? For the first time, you're asking him to play with veterans, when healthy, the Bogdanoviches and the Gallinaris and people like that. And how is this dance going to work with Capella and Collins? Because Trae had John as his tag team partner, and now you got two guys that do basically the same thing on the pick and roll. So this is a very long-winded answer. I'm sorry to your question.
It's great.
I do think it sets the stage for where do we find Trae at this stage of his growth and development as a point guard. And I would say that we are still trying to figure that out. Trae is obviously a big scorer. He's gotten to the free throw line this year at an uncanny rate, particularly the last 2-3 weeks. It's a weapon of his. He's got all the moves to draw those fouls. If he raises his eyebrows, generally the defender will jump out of the gym and he just waits. And as soon as that guy jumps, boom, he's into him to get the shooting foul or to get a foul. Yeah. And that's great. He does that a lot. I think what we're seeing with Trae is how does he alter that offense at the same time? How does he make Hunter better? How does he make Herter better? How does he make Cam Reddish better? Collins, Capella. When he's in the game with the second unit guys, how does he get the ball to Gallinari when he needs it, where he needs it? Same for Bogdanovich. How does that all happen? It blew over about a month ago with a film session with John Collins stepped up and said, and it became public, as we're not happy with the way you're running the offense. So I think we're at that stage. The natural growth pattern is, okay, how do you adjust? How do you start winning games and making your teammates better? And I think that's probably a question that's been faced by every point guard, a scoring point guard in the history of the NBA. And we're no different. And he's a young guy that's still learning. Very much loves the attention and the adulation and all that. But now, because of his coach ratcheting up the pressure a bit in terms of making the postseason, how do you do that and win games when you have no reservoir of winning basketball for the 2 years you've been in the league. So that's kind of where we are, Trae.
And if you like that quick little snippet of Catch and Shoot 2.0, why don't you check out the full episode? New shows drop every Wednesday with Otto and myself, courtesy of Pure Hoops Media.